After a lot of years and a lot of miles on the road, sometimes you get the feeling you just might meet yourself coming back the other way. For certain, we're always running into old friends. Take last week, for instance. We just stopped in at the Electra, Texas Dairy Queen for a lunchtime hunger buster when we spotted Bill Richardson. Now, if you remember, Bill's the cowboy sculptor making saddles out of steel. It's been a while since we'd seen Bill or his leather-like illusions, but things don't change much on the back roads, and Bill's torch rarely cools down.
Bob, I want you to look at a piece of work I've been working on. I believe it'll boggle your mind.
It doesn't matter if you get your truck muddy, does it? Are you pretty good at driving in mud?
And once again, sidetracked for the sake of curiosity, we found ourselves on a dirt road detour leading to another chapter in our Backroads biographies.
Nobody does what I do. They tell me, I've never seen anything like this before. Nobody does this.
Call it the centerpiece of a masterpiece, the Texas Star. Like a sheriff's badge blown up bigger than life, Bill's latest work is functional, sleepable furniture.
I get to just run wild with it and do what I want to do.
Is it art?
Yeah, hell yes, it's art. Yeah, it is. I guarantee you. We classify it as functional fine art. Something that you can use, but still it's a one-of-a-kind art piece.
A piece of furniture and an heirloom to be handed down to the future generations.
It's sculpture, it's steel, and it's me, it's Cowboy.
What makes them unique, Bill?
Each one is an individual piece of art. Each one is an individual art piece. I build each one and cannot duplicate it. And so...
If I come to you with a picture of one that you've done and say, hey, I want one just like this.
I won't build it. I won't build it.
In the old days, people hauled in a lot of stuff that dreams are made out of. A lot of new equipment, a lot of new wagons, a lot of new cars. And this was many, many years ago. And now then all these items have turned to junk. These old wagon wheels and implement wheels do have a lot of history. For the simple fact that it took a lot of stamina and grit and stay power for people to stay in this old country. It's hard winters, hard summers, droughts. A lot of these people just flat left what they had out here on the prairie, so to speak, never did come back. I use all these old things. I can see things in there that the average human being will never even figure out.
According to Bill, there's nothing more dangerous than a cowboy with a cutting torch. Add to it a little imagination and a mind wilder than a burlap bag full of bobcats, and you've got a Bill Richardson original. I don't understand what would make a man want to take a bunch of barbed wire, what is it, 2 rolls of barbed wire, and weld it about 2,000 and something times and wrap it all around and make a cactus out of it.
Well, I don't know either, Bob. I tell you, I hadn't figured that out myself. There was a guy told me that it couldn't be done. And so I figured, well, I'll see if it can. Yeah, I figured I'd see if it could be done. However, we don't show that piece too much because
you don't want to make any more.
No, it'll tear all your gloves up, and it gets your shirt. If you walk within 2 foot of it, your shirt will get hooked back. It's amazing. It's worse than any cactus you've ever been around.
Dysfunctional.
Yeah, it is. A lot of times when I get these beds finished and get them in the house, people, all of a sudden they go nutso, and they decide they want end tables and side tables and benches and window hardware and doorknobs and all these different things to match.
It takes a special breed of artist to turn rusty old implements into art. It takes a special breed of man to weld such a mess into a masterpiece. Bill Richardson is just such a man. And with a little fire, sweat, and imagination, he's twisting and torching hard, cold steel into delicate, timeless elegance.
I couldn't paint a picture. I can't even draw a stick figure on the floor that you can tell what it is. But it's a fun thing to wake up every morning and create something new or be a part of some new creation.
Thanks for hopping in and traveling with us. Now click the subscribe button for more videos like the one you just saw.